Hello everybody, it's Dana Sullivan, your Stampin' Chick, with you here today, and I have got a special treat for you. Look at this! Isn't it adorable? I have the Halloween Fever with our brand new bundle that is coming out in the holiday catalog, which I cannot wait to share with you guys. And so I've been playing with it, and this is one of the projects that I've made, and I wanted to share it with you today. Now, this is not actually my design for the box. I actually found this on YouTube from a fellow demonstrator named Angie, so I want to thank Angie for the design of the box. So with that, let's get started. Here's what you're going to need. First of all, when it comes out, you're going to want to get the Cauldron Bubble Stampin' Die Bundle. It is absolutely adorable. It is so cute. Has all of these beautiful little stamps. Yes, it has coordinating dies, and here is the absolute best part ever. Check it out. We have all of this brand new designer series paper. Of course, as always, it is double-sided. And there you go, you can see we've got stars and frogs and spots and kitties. It's so cute. And what's really cool is that the dies line up with the images. Isn't that amazing? I love it. So we've got the witches line up. We've got a cauldron. We have the kitty. Isn't that cute? And then we've got the witch hat. And for the bats, I don't have it yet, but we have a new punch that comes out, and it's going to punch out 3 of the bats at the same time. And so it lines up perfectly as well, which is absolutely fabulous. So, let me get these out of the way. Alright, so we're going to be using the Stampin' Die Bundle. We're going to be using a sheet of cardstock. We're going to be using our new tri-punch. We're going to use the corner rounder side. You'll need your 3/4 inch punch, your tear and tape, some other new accessories that you're absolutely going to love. This one is a beautiful black sparkle ribbon. And you can see there, isn't that gorgeous? I love it. You guys are going to be so excited to get all this stuff. It is absolutely fabulous. It's almost time, September 5th, which is just a few days away. And these are absolutely gorgeous. There are spider trinkets. There are a dozen in the package. They're so cute. Take a look at this. Isn't that adorable? I've already seen a video on YouTube from another demonstrator who made them into a pair of earrings, which I think is absolutely genius because they've already got the little jump ring on them. She just added another one and put the little hook for the earrings, and that was it, and they were so cute. So I could see that. Alright, here we go. The first thing you're going to want to do is cut your cardstock at 7 inches by 10 5/8 inches. And then we're going to do a lot of scoring here. So let me get this stuff out of the way. Get out your trusty scoreboard. And on the 10-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. We're going to score at 2.5 inches, 4.5 inches, 6.5 inches, 8.5 inches, and 9.5 inches. All right, then we're going to rotate our paper. and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 2.5 inches, 4.5 inches, and 6.5 inches. All right, so that's all of our scoring. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Okay, now the fun part. There's a lot of cutting that's going to be going on, and we're going to be getting rid of a lot of the parts, and I don't want you to throw them away because there is a lot left over, and so we're going to figure this out so that we can save as much of it as possible, and of course you're going to be able to use the scraps for other projects, so no worries there. Alright, so let's turn this around to the side that has the 2 smaller rows here. And the first thing we're going to do is cut this section right out of the middle. So we're going up 2 segments to that second line there. Same thing on this side. Okay. Alright, so there's that one. And the next thing that we're going to do is take these little 2 end pieces on this side and this side off. So you're just going to be left with these 2 bigger pieces on each side. So we're going to go here. And here. And then we're going to leave a little tab here, but we're going to cut on this line to the first one, and we're going to cut all of this off. So let's go ahead. Come on, scissors, work with me. There we go. Get rid of that one and do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to get rid of this whole little skinny section here. Oops, come on now. There we go. And then the next thing we're going to do is get rid of these 2 long sections here. So we'll just be left with the center. And we're just going to go down to this end. And now, instead of cutting this section totally off, we're just going to build a tab right here. So it'll be like that. And then the same thing on this side. So we can just go ahead and cut our tab. It doesn't have to be exact or precise because it's just a tab. It's going to be hidden, so it doesn't matter. But you are going to want to cut all the way up to that line because it's a flap, so you want it to be that way. Okay, now I know that's a lot of extra stuff, but you'll be able to use it for something else. So let's get it out of the way. Alright, now let's go ahead and miter all of our little tabs. Okay, and yes, this down here, the little strip is also a tab, so let's go ahead and miter it. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Now bring in your bone folder and go ahead and burnish all of your lines. Make it nice and crisp. Okay, here we go. And the last one. All right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to line these two sides up, and I'm not going to crease it because we want this to actually be straight. So try not to crease it, but you want to just kind of line up your sides because we want to use our 3/4 inch punch, and we want to cut a circle right here in the middle of this first section. So we're just gonna put it in here, roughly midway. Doesn't have to be too far. Make sure I'm lined up here. Punch. Move those out of the way, and of course I'm going to keep those too because I'm sure I can use the little dots for something soon. And then I'm going to take our tri-corner punch using the corner rounder, and I'm just going to round off both sides of this tab. So we'll put it in here, make sure it's lined up even, and punch. And punch. If you guys don't already have this punch, you are really missing out because it is absolutely adorable. This makes a little loop in the top where you could string a piece of ribbon through. This one right here lines up with one of our stamp sets, and it makes the most beautiful little corner, so it's absolutely adorable. Get all this out of the way. Alright, so here's your box base. Now, you're going to want to take some designer series paper, and I'm using some of the new Halloween stuff, and you're going to cut 5 pieces at 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, and then you're going to cut 2 pieces at 7/8 by 1 7/8. So you'll have 5 squares and 2 rectangles. Alright, now what we're going to do is take our snail, and I almost hate putting snail on the back of this DSP because I hate covering up the other paper on the other side. It's so pretty. Okay, so we're going to just line these up. These are our sides. It would actually have been very cute to have inked up all of the edges on here, so I didn't think about that beforehand, but alright, now you're going to skip this box because this is going to be the bottom of your cube, and you don't need to put DSP on that, so nobody's ever going to see it. So we're going to skip this one, and we're going to go to this one and this one. Alright, now that we've got the box decorated, we're going to put the skinnier pieces up here, because this is going to be the top of the box right here. Just flip it around so I can reach it. Now if you were doing, oops, come on. If you were doing a patterned DSP that mattered what side, what direction you put it on, then you would just want to be aware of the fact when you're doing the flap that these are going to be opposite. So this one would go up, but this would go down that way. Just so that when it gets put together, it's facing the right direction. In this particular case, the polka dots really don't matter, so it's okay. Alright. And then the next thing you're going to want to do is put adhesive on all of your tabs. And since it's a box, I'm going to use some tear and tape because I find that that holds a lot better. So, and you're not going to put adhesive on this piece. Just put it on these two tabs on each side. You don't want it on that flat piece because that's your lid. Unless you want to seal your lid shut, which then in that case it's totally okay. Alright, tear and tape. I just find this stuff so awkward. Okay. Come on. Don't do that. Alright, there we go. And then one more. And I always put the tape semi-close to the fold line because with this part it doesn't really matter, but you want it to be close to the edge. And then I'm going to burnish it down really good. Okay. And let the assembly begin. Let's take this off. Take this off. And no worries about your tear and tape hanging over. Just fold it back over on top of itself. It'll just be that much more secure. Okay. And alright, here we go. So what you're going to want to do, first things first, is take this flap, and I always try to kind of hold my flap under until I get it lined up where I want, so that way it's not so hard to line up and I don't have to worry about fighting the adhesive. Okay, so we're going there and here, and now we've got our base fixed. And then just tuck this one back while you're working with this one. So it's behind my finger, so I'm not struggling with the adhesive because it's totally out of the way. And then I can put this one on. And then I'm just going to take my bone folder and I'm going to burnish down all of my adhesive. Sorry about that, I'm jiggling the table. Go ahead and burnish it on the inside. There we go. Okay, so now you'll see you've got this piece left. It's just going to tuck in the top. And then we're going to take these tabs, fold them back out, and then voila, there's our little box. Isn't that adorable? Now, of course, we're not finished. We're going to embellish it, so we're going to get one of those little spiders and some ribbon, get these die cuts going. Alright. And actually, I had planned on cutting these out beforehand so that I didn't jiggle the table, so give me just a second. I'm so sorry. I don't want to do it on the table or it'll jiggle. Alright, sorry about that, folks. Okay, now I'm back. I've used the little kitty and the hat to cut out some of the pictures from the designer series paper. And then I've used our stitched framelits circle. This is actually the smallest circle, to cut out the little circle here. And this is what I used right here. So there's that. And I actually am gonna remember to do a little decoration on the back of that because it's so stark looking. I find that that I really like sponging the edges because it just softens things up a little bit. So it gives it a little more dimension and texture and just makes it look a little more finished, I think. Not so plain and dull. I actually really feel bad that I didn't remember to sponge the edges of the squares first. So I highly recommend that you sponge the edges because it would really look a lot better. Okay. So there's that. And then I'm going to take the Trick or Treat stamp from that bundle. And I'm just going to stamp it on here and hope that my face is not in the way of the camera. Alright, there we go. Get this out of the way. Okay, let the assembly begin. Let's go ahead and take some of our mini dimensionals. And I don't know about you guys, but I use absolutely every stitch of my dimensionals. So you've got all of your shapes around the middle, but then you have this border around the outside. And I just take my snips and literally just, I don't even care about size unless I'm looking for something particular. I just snip a bunch of them up and then I've got them ready to go. And then we're just gonna pull them off. Okay. Let's peel these off. Are you guys excited for Halloween? I am so excited for Halloween. We've been saying for a couple of years now that we were going to do a Halloween party at our house, and we've never done it before, and we have the perfect place to do it. So we have a really creepy after dark front yard. It's got some land in the front, so it's kind of a long space, and it's just so much fun. It's gonna be a blast. So I'm really excited about Halloween this year. All right. Now with the witch's hat, what I'm gonna do is overlap it a little. So I'm actually just gonna put the dimensional dots on the barrel of the hat, and then I'm just going to put a little strip of adhesive, just some snail, right here on the part that covers this, so that way it's the same height. I don't need a piece of dimensional here when this is already popped up. So, alright. Okay. And there we go. Alright, and now we want our little kitty to be dimensional too. So I'm going to take one of these and just cut it in half. Put one there. Put one there. And then I'm going to put him right here just to say hello. Let's get one of these little spiders. Super cute. I love these. All right. Okay, now you're going to want to put your spider on first. So I'm just going to twist up the ribbon a little so that it'll go through the hole okay. Line it up about midway. Oops, and that one's little jump ring is a little bit too big for that. So I'll just get another one for right now. Those jump rings open and close, so it's very easy to fix. I'll just get my little pliers and squeeze it shut, so he'll be right as rain the next time. So, there we go. This one's better. Alright, about midway. And then we're just going to tie a regular old square knot. So, over, under, over, under. And you're going to get glitter everywhere with this ribbon, unfortunately, but it's adorable, so it kind of makes up for it. And then just clean it up a little. And there we go. Super cute, super simple, absolutely adorable little tree boxes. Everybody's gonna love them, and they're big enough to put candy and little trinkets in too. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've got this month's host code here if you'd like to order anything, or if you'd like to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You can find me at Stampin' Chick, Stampin' Up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.